In this video, we'll explore one of the most powerful heart protection tools you have in your pantry by ranking 9 of the most popular nuts based exclusively on human clinical trials. Hi, I'm Chung, an accredited nutritionist with a master's in nutritional sciences, here to share with you practical and science-backed nutrition to help you lower your cholesterol and improve your heart health. Let's first look at the big picture. Research shows that people who eat nuts regularly, and by regularly we mean at least 5 servings per week, have up to 23% lower risk of dying from a cardiovascular disease compared to those who rarely eat them. What is 1 serving of nuts? There'll be 1 fistful of nuts, which will be around 1 ounce or 28 grams. Nuts achieve this outcome by working on multiple fronts at the same time. Nuts form one of the pillars of the portfolio diet that's scientifically proven to lower cholesterol levels by up to 30% when followed consistently. This recent 2025 meta-analysis of 113 studies with 8,000 participants reaffirmed that eating an average amount of 45 grams of nuts per day could lower LDL cholesterol by 3.5 to 5.5 milligrams per deciliter. Besides lowering cholesterol, nuts are one of the best food sources of antioxidizing vitamins and minerals. These include vitamin B2 and vitamin E, copper, manganese, selenium, and zinc, as well as other polyphenols. In addition, they also contain anti-inflammatory fiber, as well as healthy fats, which include the essential omega-3 alpha-linolenic acid and the essential omega-6 linoleic acid. Together, all of these nutrients help to further lower heart disease risk by reducing oxidative stress at the cellular level, lowering inflammation throughout your blood vessels, and improving endothelial function, that is how well your arteries can relax and dilate. For the ranking today, we'll be using standard serving sizes of 1 ounce or 28 grams, which is 1 fistful of nuts. Macadamia nuts come in at number 9. About 80% of the fat in macadamia nuts are monounsaturated fats, in particular oleic acid, which is the same beneficial fat found in olive oil. In addition, even at number 9, 1 serving of macadamia nuts contains 139% of your daily needs for manganese and 8% of your fiber requirements. At number 8, we have cashews. 1 serving of cashews contain an impressive 70% of your daily needs for copper, 24% for manganese, and is incidentally also a good source of iron, magnesium, and phosphorus. Coming in at number 7 are pine nuts. 1 serving of pine nuts contain 33% of copper and 53% of manganese that you need in a day, as well as 12% of your daily fiber intake and 41% of your omega-6. Pine nuts are also unique in that they are rich in gamma-tocopherol, a secondary form of vitamin E. The primary form of vitamin E is alpha-tocopherol, an important antioxidant in our body. Gamma-tocopherol adds to the health effects of alpha-tocopherol in 2 ways. Firstly, it provides additional antioxidant effects not exerted by alpha-tocopherol. And secondly, it exerts anti-inflammatory effects and can help to reduce chronic inflammation. And I just want to clarify that these 3 nuts are ranked lower, not because they are bad for your heart, but simply because we don't have robust clinical trial data on these nuts specifically for cardiovascular outcomes. Before we continue our countdown, if you are enjoying this video so far, help me hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons and turn on the notifications. You could also check out this other video where I explain why even though nuts are high in calories, they have been shown consistently to not cause weight gain. Hazelnuts ranked at number 6, and the nutritional profile of hazelnuts is quite impressive. 1 serving of hazelnuts provides 10% of your daily fiber needs, 28% for vitamin E, 45% for copper, and 75% for manganese. Nuts also contain a large group of antioxidants called polyphenols, and one way of measuring the amount of polyphenols in foods is called the total antioxidant capacity, or TAC. And TAC is measured in terms of something called milligrams of gallic acid equivalents, or GAE. As a reference, other foods with high antioxidant capacities include kidney beans with a TAC around 390, apples with the skin around 400 to 500, and berries around 200 to 300 milligrams of GAE. Back to our hazelnuts, 1 serving will contain 234 milligrams of GAE, which we can see is comparable to what you would find in a serving of berries. More specifically to heart health, this meta-analysis also found that hazelnut consumption significantly reduced LDL cholesterol by 5.9 milligrams per deciliter. At number 5, we have Brazil nuts, which are unique because they are the richest dietary source of selenium, an important antioxidant. Just one Brazil nut could provide more than 1.5 times your daily need for selenium. However, too much of any good thing, including selenium, could cause side effects and is therefore not recommended to eat more than 1 to 2 Brazil nuts each day. This meta-analysis found that Brazil nut consumption significantly increased blood selenium levels and boosted the activity of glutathione peroxidase, a crucial antioxidant enzyme. This has implications on heart health because oxidative stress damages blood vessels, which then speeds up the deposition of plaque in our arteries. By boosting your antioxidant defenses, Brazil nuts could protect your cardiovascular system. Landing at number 4 are pecans, which are one of my favorite nuts and deserving far more attention than they typically receive. Pecans are also unique in their high gamma-tocopherol content, which has anti-inflammatory properties that other forms of vitamin E may not provide. At the same time, they deliver 29% of your daily need for copper, 28% for manganese, and also 19% and 34% for omega-3 and omega-6 respectively. And there's more. One serving of pecans also pack 565 mg GAE of total antioxidant capacity, making them the antioxidant champion among all the nuts. All of these beneficial nutrients come together to demonstrate results, as in this randomized controlled trial, where participants consuming a pecan-rich diet experienced favorable effects on insulin resistance and overall cardiovascular risk profiles. I've actually made a video comparing the antioxidizing powers of pecans versus walnuts that you could check out here, and I'll drop a link in the description as well. Before we get to the top 3 nuts, if you've been struggling with high cholesterol and stuck on how to improve your heart health, that's what I help my clients with on a daily basis. If that's your goal as well, click on the link in the description and sign up for a free strategy session. You could also help me by sharing this video with someone whom you think would benefit from having more nuts in their diet. At number 3, we have pistachios. One serving of pistachios pack 33% of your daily needs for copper, 8% of your fiber needs, and 23% for omega-6. In addition, they also contain a high amount of gamma-tocopherol, as well as an impressive 464 mg GAE of total antioxidant content. Pistachios also come with remarkably strong evidence for heart health, especially for blood pressure. This meta-analysis found that pistachio consumption reduced systolic or the upper blood pressure by about 2 mm mercury. This may sound small, but it's still a meaningful decrease since every 20 mm mercury increase in systolic blood pressure doubles the risk of dying from a heart disease. Almonds take the number 2 spot, backed by decades of consistent research. One serving of almonds contains an impressive array of antioxidizing vitamins and minerals, including 25% of vitamin B2, 48% of vitamin E, 29% of copper, and 26% of manganese, while also providing 12% of your daily fiber needs. Besides studies showing that almond consumption reduces LDL-cholesterol by 5.8 mg per deciliter, this 6-week trial found that participants consuming about 1.5 servings of whole almonds each day experienced significant improvements in endothelial function measured by flow-mediated dilation. This means that their blood vessels could dilate better, which would lead to improved blood flow and reduced burden on the cardiovascular system. Before I get to the number 1 nut for heart health, since you made it this far, why not share in the comments what's your favorite nut and how do you like to eat them? And finally, at number 1 are walnuts. One serving of walnuts contains not only 38% of your daily needs for copper and 37% for manganese, but also a high amount of gamma-tocopherol and a total antioxidant capacity of 436 mg GAE. At the same time, walnuts are also unique in that one serving provides 66% of your daily needs for omega-6 and a whopping 168% for omega-3. Omega-3 is of particular importance as the body uses it to produce other anti-inflammatory molecules that reduce chronic inflammation. This meta-analysis found that walnut-enriched diets significantly reduce LDL cholesterol by about 5.5 mg per deciliter. In another randomized controlled trial, walnut consumption also led to improvements in flow-mediated dilation, meaning that the participants' blood vessels relax better, improving blood flow and reducing cardiovascular stress. What's even more impressive are the actual heart disease outcomes. Data from over 90,000 participants followed over 20 years found that compared to non-consumers, having at least 5 servings of walnuts per week was associated with a 14% lower risk of dying from any cause. More specifically, for every half a serving per day increase in walnuts, there was also a 14% lower risk of dying from a cardiovascular disease. How much nuts should you eat every day? Most studies used about 1 to 2 servings, which is roughly 2 big handfuls, and that's a great place to start. And even though we've ranked the nuts today, you really can't go wrong with any of them. With the exception of Brazil nuts, which you should limit to just 1 or 2 a day, you could otherwise just mix and match your favorites from the list and start enjoying them regularly as part of your routine. In the meantime, check out these other videos where I explain how you could use various foods to reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease. See you in the next one.